What is going on, everybody? It is Luke Beller with the Sideline Scoop, and today we're going to talk about another trade rumor just because the NFL trade deadline is coming up on November 3rd, so I'm posting this video, what day is it? October 26th, so in about a week or so, the trade deadline will come up. So I wanted to cover another potential trade I think the Packers could make, just because I sort of think it makes sense to me. So in today's video, I'm going to break down that, sort of both from the Packers side and the Texans side. So first off, if we take a look at these Packers wide receivers, you know, we've had some injury problems. Of course, Davante Adams has missed 2 games so far with that hamstring injury. And of course, Allen Lazard, after week 3, was placed on the IR. Hopefully, he'll be back in the next few weeks or so. But so far this season, the Packers have had some injury issues at the wide receiver position. And so far in this season, when we have been without Allen Lazard and Davante Adams has been playing, you know, Davante is really the guy who has gotten the majority of work, which makes sense considering, you know, he's just a stellar wide receiver in all aspects of the game. But outside of Davante, there haven't really been any other receivers when Allen Lazard has been down who have really shown up and really played well consistently. So if we take a look at the receiving stats from the game versus the Texans, as you can see here, Davante Adams, 13 receptions, 196 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Jamal Williams was next with 4 receptions, running back. Robert Tonyan was next with 2 receptions, tight end. And then the next, you know, wide receiver you see there is Malik Taylor with 2 catches for 6 yards. So as you can see, outside of Davante Adams, at least in last game, there wasn't really a receiver who really showed up and played well. So I really think that this Packers team just needs more depth at the wide receiver position. Of course, when Allen Lazard comes back, that will really help a lot. But, you know, if one of these guys gets injured sometime in the future, it would be nice to have another guy who can really come in and fill that role for Aaron Rodgers. And now I sort of want to take a look at Marquez Valdes-Scantling, because he's a guy who, in the first game of the season, puts up 4 receptions, 96 yards, and a touchdown. And I think lots of people thought, you know, he would be the solid number 3 wide receiver behind Allen Lazard and Davante Adams. But after that point, he just hasn't really done much so far. Right now, also, he's a 44% catch rate, which in comparison to Davante Adams, Davante has a 78.3% catch rate, and Allen Lazard has a 76.5% catch rate. So far this season, Valdes-Scantling just hasn't really been a very reliable receiver and has had lots of drops so far. So even though Davante Adams obviously has been wrecking teams when he has been playing, and Allen Lazard is a monster when he plays, I just think this Packers team needs more depth at the position. So now let's take a look at our boy Randall Cobb. Of course, all Packers fans remember Randall Cobb. It was sad to see him go after that 2018 season to the Dallas Cowboys. I know it made me, you know, a little bit sad. And if we take a look back at his history with the Packers, he played like 8 or 9 years with the Packers, starting in 2011. And of course, 2014, he started all 16 games. That was probably his best season. 1,287 yards and 12 touchdowns. And he was a great receiver for the Packers the entire time that he was there. And then when he went to the Cowboys last year, he had 55 receptions, 828 yards, and 15 yards per reception, which is a great stat for that category. So as I was talking about the Houston Texans in my a few videos ago, when I was talking about potentially the Packers maybe trading for J.J. Watt, you know, they're just in a rebuilding phase around Deshaun Watson. And so they need some draft picks coming up in the future. They gave away their 1st and 2nd round pick to the Miami Dolphins a little while ago, and so they need some more draft capital. And here's a quote from an article from that CBS wrote recently. It says, "The Texans are devoid of draft assets and carrying several big contracts moving forward, limiting the flexibility of the next front office. Rival executives expect the Texans will trade at least 1 receiver by the deadline. Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks are the most talked about at this point and are gauging the market for veteran pass rusher Whitney Mercilus." So while it seems that, you know, Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks could also be on the trading block, I just think it makes more sense for the Packers, considering Randall Cobb's history with the Green Bay Packers and how much chemistry he already has with Aaron Rodgers. I think that would just make much more sense for the Packers. And so one of the last things I want to do is sort of break down his contract to sort of see if it would make sense. And I'm definitely no salary cap expert. I just wanted to sort of break down how much he's supposed to basically get paid in the next couple seasons. And so then you can sort of know that. I don't exactly know how the cap works in every single way, but I just wanted to break it down a little bit right here. So before this season, Randall Cobb signed a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Houston Texans. And so this year, as you can see, his cap hit is $6.1 million. Next year in 2021, it will be $10.6 million, and in 2022, it will be $10.2 million. So I'm not sure if the Packers would be able to pay him that amount of money, so maybe it would make sense, maybe it would make sense, I don't know, maybe he'd take a pay cut to come back to Green Bay. I honestly have no clue, but that's sort of what he is expected to make in the next couple seasons. So those are basically the things I wanted to break down for this possible trade scenario. You know, the Packers, I think, just need some more depth with those injuries. Randall Cobb, you know, would be a great fit coming back to Green Bay, and considering he has so much chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. So let me know down below if you guys think we should trade for Randall Cobb, or if there's another receiver you'd rather have, or another completely different player. Let me know. I'd be happy to hear your guys' thoughts. And if you have any other players you want me to do a video on, that we could potentially trade for, drop it down in the comments and I'll take a look to see if anything could work out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's go for 100 likes today. Why not? If you've yet to subscribe, make sure you smash the subscribe button, the little red button down below. Once you subscribe, videos come to you. If you turn on notifications, you get notified when I make a video. It's a pretty cool thing, pretty cool how the technology works, but that's what I wanted to break down today. Go Pack Go. See you guys on the next one.